Matchups we have in this one, Coach. Which matchup stands out?
This for the Blazers. Dame, CJ, Melo, Zach, and Eunice Jackson Jr. sat out the previous 9 games.
The switch and Damian and CJ.
Back up top, 5 to shoot on the clock. Anderson dumps it off to Valanciunas. Valanciunas contest on Valanciunas. 5 to shoot. CJ up top against Morant. Goes to the right. CJ off the glass and drives baseline. Corralled by Nurk. Double teamed by Nurk and Dame. Valanciunas will try a 3 from outside, and that Brooks with 7 to shoot. Gets into the high post. 3 in the corner by Jackson Jr.
Was suspended to now because of Nurk and Zach being able to come back as Melo knocks down the jump.
Both teams welcoming back a tremendous amount of help as Jackson Jr. puts it on the floor, puts it up, and banks it. 5 from the field, 2 of those 3-pointers. Zach Collins controls. Dumps it off to Nurk, and the big...
Keeping that 8 seed all to themselves.
Jackson Jr. 40% from the field as Dame gets fouled as well, but it will be interesting how they defend the perimeter. Melo using the white side screen. Melo with the pull-up jumper gets fouled. 3-point play is good, and the Blazers take their lead. Side tries to work it against Nurk. Nurk with the great footwork. Can't get the 3 to fall. Valanciunas with the offense bounds. Last time these two teams met back in February. Dame, pitter-patter dribble. Right hand from the left
shot. Makes the stutter step that much more dangerous.
4 from beyond the arc has been the primary offensive threat for the Grizzlies, but Whiteside with the flip shots.
Nice shot.
Into the game, as well as Clark for the Grizzlies. Clark last time had a career-high 27 points against the Blazers. CJ kicks ahead to Nurk. Nurk hands it back to CJ, and CJ once again gets to the rim. Grizzlies, so CJ right now. Grizzlies with 10 to shoot on the shot clock. Jackson Jr. controls, tries to go against Whiteside, but Nurk comes.
Great help.
Dame working around the Nurk screen. Dame once again, and the Blazer golf play. Dame for Carmelo Anthony. Collins hands off to Gary Trent Jr. Gary Trent Jr. will try a jumper, and that then their lead to 2.
Excellent job of reading the defense.
Gary Trent Jr. up top on the wing. Hazonia will try his first 3. Gets that to fall 4. Hazonia gets the screen by Whiteside. Patiently waits for the defense to commit. Flips it up and over early in this one.
Going right at him, man. And on that play.
Morant tries to get to the paint. Bounce pass. Junis tries to control. Collins with the contest, and Valanciunas. Grizzlies try to show the trap on Dame. Gary Trent Jr. with some room for a 3. And that ball.
It's Jordan because the Blazers second in the league at points per game for their start.
Uses the Valanciunas screen. Hides around him. He'll try a 3. That short play for the Grizzlies. Anderson, Brooks, Jackson, and Tolliver. Valanciunas tries to back down Nurk. Will try the fadeaway.
Oh, these kind of passes.
And CJ Jackson into the game for the first time for Memphis. Dylan Brooks will try a 3. And that fall.
Big answer.
Nurk up top. Hands off to CJ. Sets a screen on Brooks. CJ for 3. And CJ Brooks with the turnover. Collins controls. Hazonia down in transition, working against Anderson. 1 to the sideline, and CJ regains control. Hazonia to the corner. Gary Trent Jr. clipped that. 18 points off the Blazers bench. Portland up 8. Here goes Jackson Jr. on the drive.
Feels so much better having him out there, and it makes a difference.
CJ gets the...
Oh, that would have been big. He had a bad rap by a lot of people around the league, and it's not something we've seen. So leadership within an organization, as see him all riled up, he just wanted to emphasize.
Morant kicks it to Jackson Jr. in the corner while for the Grizzlies. For the Blazers, CJ, Carmelo, Yusuf Nurkic as Melo gets the lay-in. And CJ, big momentum swing for the Blazers. They lead by 10, but Nurkic with another. Up 10, 4:40 left in the second quarter. Jackson feeds it down low to Clark. Clark gets that over. Jackson controls, coming in transition. Tries to go through Hazonia and gets that one. Second quarter. Blazers up 6. Melo down low against Clark. Little pull-up jumper. How many times trying to take him on the floor? Hazonia helps. Morant kicks it to the corner. Allen with 5 to shoot. Up and over. Let's do best. Dame working against Jackson Jr. That right hand. CJ gets the loose ball. Dame on the wing looking for his first 3. Count it. And a 5-point floor. Get out of here. I'm going to wheel you out of here. As Morant gets them up, and Lamar just going to fill his tank.
But the Blazers doing enough to deter him.
Blazers whipping it around the outside. Melo gets to the pull-up jumper. Next to shoot for Dylan Brooks. Brooks trying to work against CJ. Hands it off to Clark. CJ unable to get him. 29 and 30 left. CJ working against Jackson Jr. The floater from CJ knocks it down.
Take another dribble and then just goes up into a floater.
Gary Trent Jr. have to applaud the defensive effort in the first half. Morant Indecision in the air, but good feed. Blazers up 5. Dame handles with 5 seconds left. Dame takes it to the middle, kicks it to the corner. Gary Trent Jr. puts the 13-point.
Controlled by 8. Coach, thank you. We'll talk to you soon. We're going to send you back down to Orlando.
Does not get the whistle on one end because he's going to give it to you on the other end.
Zach Collins with
Big guarding, the other big coming over and help, and then another big whirling around like a tornado on the other end.
I know Rip City's certainly appreciating Sir Chuck and all of his love for the Rose City. Here's Dylan Brooks. 10 to shoot on the clock. Dame drives middle, gets on the hip of Dylan Brooks.
Open because the big isn't as concerned with retreating back to stop Nurk.
Blazers lead by 12. Morant.
Great job, CJ.
Takes it back out to Dylan Brooks, and Brooks gets the three.
Open in the corner because he's like, I'm going to stop Ja Morant first. We don't. So just think, Jordan, if the Blazers played the full 82, he would have demolished that record. Oh, that's a nice move.
On the afternoon for the Blazers, Morant tries to get in the middle. Clark up and over collar. And the Grizzlies have trimmed him. Nurkic tries to control it, stripped away. Morant short on the bunny. Jackson Jr. tries to get it. He gets it to fall. 2 shoes, and they head back the other way.
Feels like a critical possession for the Blazers to get a stop in Memphis. No.
In my career. CJ working around the screen. Kicks it over to Nurk. Blazers get a big-time bucket. 2-man game with Jackson Jr. Mello defends Morant. Morant sizes up, puts up a 3, and that
willing to go ahead and release.
Grizzlies with another steal. Morant up and under, and Memphis has taken it. Melton gets the loose ball, and back come the Grizzlies. Up top to Morant, and he finishes
up in the passing lane. So that feels
Jr. Allen in transition. Jackson Jr. trailing, and Jackson Jr. Back come the Grizzlies. Melton controls. Grayson Allen wants to join the party with the 3. That fall
in the lead.
Hazonia, his attempt is short. Collins gets the rebound. Collins goes back up with the 32 to 15 in this third quarter.
Out.
Dame working up top, drives to the paint, gets knocked around, but Whiteside there to finish. Leads by 9, just over 1:30 left in the third quarter. Dame trying to work against Tolliver, shakes him, and Dame. Jackson controls, looks for Tolliver trailing. Tolliver in the middle of the paint, passes it off to Jackson. Blazers trail by 8. Dame jabs at him. Collins on the outside. Collins for 3. Gets that one to fall. 8 to shoot for the Blazers. CJ catches in the corner, goes baseline over Brooks, floats one up over the Allen to Valanciunas. Valanciunas with 4 fouls. Allen tries to challenge Collins. Whiteside with Tolliver on him in the post. Whiteside trying to work to his shoulder, and Whiteside through the cylinder.
Got to give me a warning. That's for mature audiences only. Yeah.
Almost a meme right there. Allen over to Brooks in the corner. Tolliver left wide open in the corner.
Always be aware and match up.
Score corrals it. Brooks looking for the pull-up jumper. That's good. 6 to shoot on the clock. CJ between the wickets. Gets knocked down by Nurkic, handles up top. Nurkic. Nice little pass to CJ. CJ with the long 2.
CJ.
In the standings. Tolliver hands off to Brooks. Brooks surveys the defense. Collins able to challenge, but 17 on the Brooks kicks it to Anderson. Anderson for 3. So Kyle. Blazers trail by 6. Gary Trent Jr. with the backdoor cut with 3 fouls. Tolliver sets the screen. Morant tries to finish, and he does.
Aim for the Blazers because Dylan Brooks fought over the top of it.
Morant tries to flip that up with the left. So Grizzlies retain possession. Nurk unable to control that one. Brooks will get the pull-up jumper. That's short. Mello able to defend. No call. Brooks pushing. Fakes the pass. They're going to get him for too many steps. Up top to Nurkic. Nurkic working down low against Jackson Jr. Tries to back him in. Nurk flips it up. Off
way. They'll go to something else.
Blazers trail by. Up top. Gets it to Nurk. Nurk looking for a teammate to get open. Nice. Fakes the handoff, and Yusuf Nurk. Green from Nurk. Drives to the paint. Collins trying to work the body against Clark. Collins with the patient. Morant dribbles it back out, kicks it over to the side. Jackson Jr. puts it on the floor, tries to get through, and Dame up top, knifes through a couple of defenders. Dame with the left hand, luscious. Collins kicks it over to CJ. CJ tries to weave it to Collins. Collins, Mello from the corner. 3 to the double back to take the lead with 1:15 left. Grizzlies, they look to answer. Gary Trent Jr. Tough shot by
CJ found Zach. Zach found Mello. Now CJ's going to keep it himself. Pull up.
Tough pull-up by C here. Gary Trent Jr. to shoot. Dame working against Brooks. Gets to the paint. Pass out to CJ. Mello with another corner 3. That's good. Figures except for Melton. Morant
go quick.
Tries to go through the lane. Gets bobbled by a couple of Blazers. Clark.
For the 2-for-1.
Rims off, but Zach Collins gets the loose ball. But no, it's Ja Morant. 3 seconds. He races down.
No.
John Morant. So Grizzlies retain possession. Nurk unable to control that one. Brooks will get the pull-up jumper. That's short. Blazers trail by 6. Gary Trent Jr. with the backdoor cut. Score corrals it. Brooks looking for the pull-up jumper. That's good. Next to shoot for Dylan Brooks. Brooks trying to work against CJ. Hands it off to Clark. CJ unable to get.